everybody? This is Coburn C Capshaw / Mr. Smiles a Lot. How y'all doing today? This is my buddy Brandon Kacar again, and we are back with another Let's Talk Media LLC video podcast. I haven't seen this guy in a very long time. Haven't done a video podcast or a podcast in a minute. Pardon me. So we're just gonna talk, chill, hang out. Not sure exactly how long it's gonna be. We're gonna maybe make it kind of quick. It's a little bit late. So anyway, man, how you been?
Not too bad.
Yeah?
Not too bad. Been working a lot.
I know how you feel.
Yeah.
So how is GCI doing?
GCI is it's pretty okay for right now. I guess you could say that it's pretty decent. Some things are the same. Some things are trying to change. They're working on getting some changes done around the department, but otherwise than that, though, it's pretty decent. Yeah, pretty decent. I'll say that.
Yeah. I mean, like, don't be afraid to say what your issues are. I mean, so, example, some things that I deal with.
Like there are some things that bothers me, but I don't want to call them out through here.
You don't want to be unprofessional.
I don't want them to look at me like, oh, I'm starting problems, I'm causing problems, this and that, and
you don't want to talk badly,
things like that. Like, I got nothing bad against them. I don't. Way to put it, let's just say it's more based on the clientele than the department itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just leave it at that.
No, I understand what you're saying. It's like, without being too unprofessional,
yeah,
there are certain people around my area where I work who, just because they think they give a certain amount of funds to that area, they can do what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the case. There are rules for a reason. It's a school. It's not a free for all. Let's do whatever.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like, good for them for paying that tuition, especially for how much it is.
Yeah.
But that doesn't entitle you to literally do whatever you want.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to say what I want, what bothers me too, but I'm not trying to.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That's
another thing. That's something I should ask you too. How is MICDS? And I know you started working there a while back, because you were recently at Deerworks, and I know you left to go at MICDS.
It's great. My hours are 7 a.m. to 3:30 in the afternoon, and then that's it. And then I'm off on weekends unless I volunteer.
Right.
Or something like not this Saturday, but next Saturday. I'm helping out at the memorial service for I think his name is Greg Foster.
Yeah.
I feel so bad if I don't remember his actual name. I didn't really know the guy, but he was like a big time runner. He was I think he was getting close to going to the Olympics.
Okay.
Or something. I mean, I don't know if he's going for that, but he like broke like 2 records or running records or something like that.
Who is that?
Oh, it's Theo. We'll be right back. So back to what we were saying. It's better. So it looks like up for 3:30. Yeah, but like I said, certain like I said, people think they can do what they want just because they pay the tuition, and
I just make sure his.
Yeah, they would love. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it's like let me feel this way. It's great. I don't deal with criminals. I don't people trying to steal. I don't deal with. Oh, maybe I got to fist fight someone today. Or maybe I got to tackle someone. Maybe I got to arrest someone. The only thing I deal with is door checks and doing these different things called proxy guard, which is just these little QR scanners outside doors and like just certain areas just to make sure we do different routes and things like that. We do a
Sorry, what'd you say they're called?
It's called proxy guard. Proxy guard, it's different.
That sounds familiar because I think I've done something like that plus a front neck. What is it called? What are they called? They got these little magnet. What are these things called? They got like these little magnet these little magnet battery lights installed on the wall, you know, and you carry this wand, and you just click it, and it scans out position at that time, hour, or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. It is something. It's like a tour guide or something like that. I can't remember what it was called on top of my head.
Yeah, well, this one, like I said, so it's a sticker. The problem is, though, sometimes they go missing, or sometimes they fall off, or sometimes they get painted over. So, yeah, I know. So I have a tablet, right, and then I actually keep my daily reports, everything that I do, on my tablet now, or whatever. It's kind of something new that we started doing, or whatever.
Right.
The proxy guard's not new. It's new to me. So anyways, just to like make sure that we're like, you know, en route, you know, we're doing something, you know, and in between that, you know, mobile patrol on top of the hour, bottom of the hour, and then, you know, once we're done with proxy guard, we'll do door checks and things like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm getting so used to it, and I'm not even kidding, like, 1 or 2 areas of the school can take me up to about 4 hours.
That's how it is, yeah.
Because I'm just like, where am I going? Where am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been there for 5 months now. Like, I know, like, the layout of the school, but I mean, like, it takes you to places you've never been before, which is good, because it's like, okay, like, if I need to check this place out if something happens, or this happens, or whatever, it's good to know, like, okay, this spot's over here, so now I've got a better area or an idea of where to go.
Yeah.
But it's also like, where am I going at the same time? So I just, sometimes I don't know, so that's why one or 2 areas can take me that long. It's not that I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, it's just like I've never really been to those areas.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, do I feel like it's like kind of sad to say the fact that, you know, the other officers, like, what takes them like maybe 10 to 20 or so minutes, you know, as opposed to where it takes me like 2 to 4 hours to do. But at the same time, though, at least I'm trying, you know.
Yeah.
That's what my boss wants. That's really, he was really cool, really down to earth, funny, silly. We joke around all the time. Like, one of the nicest bosses I've had in a long time. Funniest thing happened today. You're gonna love this. So in one of the gyms, right in the fitness center, they got like this ninja like warrior training area where it's got like all like these bars that kids can hang from and all that.
Yeah.
So they have these hanging balls, right, like this, and they're green, and they look like styrofoam. And he's like, "Hey, come here and feel this, or whatever." And he like pats or whatever. So I go up to it and I go, it's not even thinking, just smack. I'm thinking it's styrofoam. I backhand it. It's a concrete ball, and you hear that. You can hear my knuckle pop on it. And I'm like, and like we both started laughing so hard. It's like, that'd be the funniest thing I've ever seen. Seeing it live in action like that, it was great. Yeah, he's a good guy. You know, he's stern, but like only when I mess up. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, he's super fair. You know,
Right.
Really cool, nice, very religious. Talk about God a lot, you know. But, you know, he really appreciates all the improvements I've had these past 5 months.
Right.
And he talks like really well about me. Apparently, people talk about me well at the school, so that's a good thing, you know, especially for me.
Right.
I'm not trying to brag, I'm just being honest, because, you know, like, you know, you want to be that officer. Obviously, we talk about it all the time. That's supposed to be that nice guy, especially around there. Like, you can't have that, like, mentality or presence. Like, the thing is that you have to have that presence and mentality of authority, but also agreeing with them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, let's say someone parks in the wrong spot. You say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey, you can't park here. Like, otherwise, you know, I really don't mind, or it wouldn't be a big deal, blah, blah, but, you know, this is going on," or whatever in general. Like, so, you have authority, but, like, you're kind of agreeing with them. Or, like, sometimes you say, "I'm sorry, I know," like, that, I agree with you. Like, it shouldn't be like that, but that's how it is, you know. I'm just kind of the guy who's, you know, I'm just the messenger here.
Right.
You know, and, like, I you know, I do have rules to, you know, make sure that, on policies that I can't break, so, you know, but I'm just letting you know. But, so what I'm saying is, I'm like, it's not like Deer Bricks, where you literally have to get in their face and say, "Get the, you know what, out." Or, you know, or I'm going to have to call PD, or I'm going to detain you and read your rights, it's your choice. Like, it's like, I kind of, in a way I do kind of miss that, but with how scary the world is today, sometimes I would be afraid that maybe those people would find me later on in the street and try to hurt me. I'm not even kidding.
Right.
Because some of those people, like, the way they would look at me and started walking away and, like, talking all this and that, they had that look in their eye of, like, if I see you later on, and you don't have your sidearm, guess what's
Mm-hmm.
gonna, like, I'm not even, like, look, here's the thing, like, I can act all tough and big, and I'm a strong guy, I know kung fu, I know how to, whatever, I know what, but you never know. Like, you think you're tough, and the next thing
Right.
you know, someone's coming up behind you and hitting you in the head with a lead pipe and knocking your brains out, and then you're waking up, hopefully, someone finds you, and then next thing you know, you're in the ER, like, what's going on, and hopefully they didn't take most of your stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right.
By that point.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like...
Yeah.
like, sorry not to get so morbid, but it's scary, but it's true.
It is.
Like...
And I've had encounters like that too.
Yeah.
And they're pretty more hectic than scary.
Like the time he told me when a guy was DBing that woman in the parking lot, and he was...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he had to sort of restrain him and stuff like that.
Yeah. Or the one time that I was at Galleria and I got the one guy, found a gun in his backpack.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not as scary as what I've experienced out here, though.
Yeah.
Where I'm at right now, it's more than just scary out there. It's a living nightmare.
At least you're allowed to have your pepper spray gun on you.
Mm-hmm.
At least your supervisor said, hey, yeah, like, you can't be armed with a firearm, but the pepper spray gun, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Thank God they said that.
Yeah, they at least let me carry my pepper spray, my baton, and all that stuff. I'm trying to get them to convince me to go armed out there. It doesn't make sense that some of the other guys out there where I'm at, because so let me explain a little bit how it works out there.
Yeah.
So our department is obviously in the city, SLMPD, they're down on officers, whatever, right? So they're needing all the help they can find, right? Our department specifically, we provide what's like full police services.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, full police-like services, I'll say that, because we're not police, okay? But we act as, we have acting duties of police, though. Similarities, I'll say that, because we're not police, but we can be comparable to police, though. Okay?
Kind
So
of like
our-
when I was armed at Deerbergs. Like I had the authority of police, but I couldn't take them down to the station.
Right.
Like I stopped them before the
Yes.
police got there.
Yes.
I was the go-between.
It's your deterrent to determine what will be the cause of nature out there and what can happen.
Right. Yeah.
So let's so out here we operate in that as a police like department. Okay, we provide police like full services. The mobile units are equipped with lights and sirens in them. Okay, we do have laptops. Okay. We have what's called venues, okay, vicinities. We provide police-like services for like high-end taxing districts and neighboring districts. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Cathedral District of St. Louis and Central West End area?
Don't really think so. No.
Okay. Central West End area in St. Louis City is like an upscale area of St. Louis City, okay?
Well, yeah.
And then another company called City's Finest, and then there's another company out there, I can't remember who they are. We all provide mobile security services. We have full functional police-like duties, okay? We do have a couple of streets that we can go on. So we're basically like a municipal police department here in the county, but in the city, in a way, to say that, okay? The only things we are not authorized to do, per our insurance purposes, is transport prisoners and do ride-alongs. Otherwise, we have all other police-like authorities. So, like, there's an accident on the roadway, guess who can respond and render aid if needed?
Yeah.
Okay? If there's, say, like a disturbance or something like that going on, or not, let's say it's a fight that's being broken out, guess who's gonna respond? I mean, I'm gonna render first aid no matter what the nature is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we have contractual areas that we have to stay within, if it's outside of my contractual zone, I'm still gonna render services whatever I can, if needed. And 9 times out of 10, whenever I do, I never receive complaints or anything like that from our superiors, nor SLMPD superiors either about it. In fact, the last couple incidents that I've dealt with out there were a couple major accidents. I would render services while waiting on SLMPD, fire, EMS, and then when they get there, they're like, "Thank you for being here," and I told them, "Yeah, this is what happened. That's what's going on." Due to it being public roadway, though, I have other things I gotta take care of in my contractual zone, so I'm not gonna be able to go any further with this or whatever. So I just hand it off to them, and I go by my own way and stuff. But we generally have what's like a full police-like service.
Mm-hmm.
So we can chase people down, but only within our contractual zones. It's gotta be
your jurisdiction.
Yeah, it's gotta be our jurisdiction,
Yeah.
and the purpose of the pursuit has to be it needs to be a legit reason. Okay,
Right.
It can't be, I'm gonna racial profile that guy because he looks suspicious to me.
Of course, yeah.
And then he says "F you," I'm not gonna chase him out for that.
No.
Now, if he's committing like a felony or something like that, especially it's in my presence, then that does give me probable cause to chase him down.
Yeah.
And that actually goes the same with other municipal police departments in the area too. They have the authority to conduct pursuits if it's felony related.
In case you're wondering what he's doing, he's looking over there at the windows, just making sure everything's safe in his parking lot here of his restaurant. So as being security, I should be looking too, just to make sure. But no, they turn. I don't know why people want to turn around in here all the time. But as long as they're turning around, But yeah.
I want to explain the reason, but I'm not so sure if it'll be appropriate or not.
Right.
Okay, I'll tell you guys why. I'm generally on the night shifts, okay? When people are sleeping, when people are at home and the lights are off or businesses are closed, guess what happens? Their businesses and residences get broken into.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm generally being on the night shift, they think security is not around, okay? But that's not true. Security is always around 24 hours staff, 24/7 staff, okay? So the reason I'm being precautious about the outside area is because my family's business has been broken into quite a few times.
Yep.
Either or, I've experienced the aftermath of it, or I've experienced the what's the way to say it?
Premeditated.
Yeah, premeditated nature of it being broken into.
Yeah.
So I was just witnessing outside where a couple maybe 2 cars, if that's that, 2 cars pulling into the lot, pulling out on the other side of the end, and then a good time frame of 5 minutes, 6 minutes time frame, they're pulling back in, pulling back out the other side. So in case you guys are wondering why I keep looking around like that, that's what that is. I'm being deterrent about everything going on. And I actually explained that on the last video we made about how this stuff works, and there's a key term to it. That's what I call eagle eyes. So generally on a night shift, we have eagle eyes. We detect any activities that goes on within our surrounding community and surrounding areas, especially at late night hours, at what it is right now, at 22:39 hours, which is 10:39 Central District Time, or Central Standard Time. And usually around these times is when things like that will start to happen.
No.
So I just want to throw that out.
No, I get it. I mean, he's not wrong. That's why I'm glad I'm out for 3:30.
Yeah.
Sometimes
even being at home, sometimes I hear noises inside the house, but you know what? It's just the pipes, or it's probably because generally we live in a condo, so we have people above us, obviously.
Oh yeah.
People are messing around at 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's what I hear. Even though it would seem like, someone's breaking in, that's not the case.
Yeah.
But if I hear like a loud bang or something like that, because generally our condo complex, it consists of a what's called like an interior walk-in. Okay, you will walk in the building using an interior door to get to your condo. Okay, so it's generally like an interior walk-in entrance. Okay, and some people will slam the doors. Mm-hmm. Some doors actually have like broken hinges on them, so they'll slam on their own, and that's what I hear at 3:00 in the morning. I grab my phone on my Glock, and I'm rushing to the door thinking someone's breaking in because I hear that slam, when in reality it's just someone either going in or leaving the building.
Yeah, that's why I have my firearm. It's in my lock. Or in my safe, in around my kitchen area, and my closet underneath my stairs, but I'm maybe thinking about putting it into my actual safe that I bought for it. That's next to my bed, and I keep it in the drawer because you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, right now I keep my things, I keep my firearm in our living room closet with my other gear, because that's the only place I could keep it where it's in that high level where the kids won't reach it.
Right.
But I need to get safe too.
You should. It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But so what I was gonna say is that so like I'll have to make signs, like swing signs.
Yeah.
Things like that. Sometimes they'll have like do work orders for the night guys, or the two other officers show up to like put out cones, and I gotta go remove the cones the next day.
Yeah.
Or I gotta make sure I unlock doors at this point, or it's at a point with either keys or using an app called Paxton, and or have a code set for this time or that time. But my boss usually sets that, so I usually remind him if we don't, the night before. Or like the morning of, and that he's better looking at work orders than I am.
Yeah.
Just in case I miss anything. Do carpool, stuff like that. Like I said, door checks. So I'm saying is that someone's going fast. I'll put in work orders for other people. Like, hey, this door's not working. Like I say something on maintenance, or I'll just set them to technology, like this camera went out or something like that. So, let me put it this way. If something were to happen, we do have authority, but we're more of an aid. So, example. Let's say that there was an active bang on campus. The thing is that, I would immediately, our thing is to immediately put the school in active lockdown.
Yep.
Call the due PD, and then we find out where they are, and then the thing is that we stay on the phone, and we stay with, and then we this might seem wrong, but we keep our distance, but we stay in the vicinity of where they are, right? And then we get PD until PD arrives, and then once they do. Then we get with them, give them our information, stuff like that. So, and it sounds wrong because the security we shouldn't be running, we shouldn't be fleeing. A lot of people do the expectation of, are you ready to if you have to? It's like, but we don't have anything on us.
Right.
We don't have.
That's the kind of the same at Frontenac too. At Plaza Frontenac. I mean, they carry pepper spray, but that's it though.
Yeah.
At least a taser or a baton,
Last time I was there with my wife, I saw this guy fully geared out, like bulletproof vest and everything, and I'm like, but you don't have a sidearm.
Yeah. Where's this, Plaza Frontenac?
Yeah, I was like,
Was he at Plaza Frontenac security or Frontenac police?
He was security.
Security.
Yeah, like full on, like almost like Batman's utility belt.
Yeah.
But no, and I'm like, like he looks the part, but man, that's so.
Oh, he was wearing a vest too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're allowing
the yellow and the black vest.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Or was it? I can't remember if it was just pure black. But of course, the yellow is showing. You know, I mean, I wear yellow.
If it was
now
pure
too.
black, it had to have been Frontenac PD because I know they use yellow and black. The Plaza Frontenac Security uses yellow and black still. Remember the polo shirts, those tacty looking polo shirts?
I have yellow. Well, yellow and bluish. Well, on the collar, but
Yeah.
I think that's really black on
welcome
me.
to my world now.
Yeah. Bumblebee, right?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, for a campus like that, how massive it is, I need to be seen.
Right.
You know, like, good Lord, I need to be seen.
Yeah.
It's almost like a college campus. Like, no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never understood why they started using those polo shirts for Plaza Frontenac, because those polo shirts were tacky, especially for the clientele that they had. You know, the old uniforms were pretty decent that they had. You know, they had those
the white button down.
Yeah, the two-tone gray and black button-down shirts with the nice tie, the strapped pants. You know, like county like police.
Yeah.
The brown and the tan on brown or whatever. Something.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
You know, who was I there with, and why did I go there? I went with my wife there and her brother to see, like, one of those cinematic shows, like Globe, or whatever that theater is. You know, that, like, goes up, like, and you can see it above your head. What is that thing called? Anyway.
The theater.
At the Science Center. That
Yeah. What's it called? I can't think.
I can't remember. Man, I'm from St. Louis. I should know these things. No, but actually, side note, I'm surprised of how many things in St. Louis I still don't know about. Like all these eateries, all these different events to go to, all these really cool places. You know, I follow like Explore St. Louis or like other St. Louis Instagram like stuff. Especially when they got like drones or whatever, and then like, you know, you see all these restaurants and like you see these people doing pictures and videos of like these cool events. I'm like, where is this? Like I've been here my whole life and I don't know what. But anyway, what were we talking about before that? Something about how big the campus is. Oh yeah. So in a way. You know, what else do I do? Like, I'll, you know, set up cones or block off for lunch so seniors can only go out one way, not a different way.
And you guys give out parking citations?
Yes, we do. Somebody recently complained about that. So
you know, now that I think about that, you guys have vehicles.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Your vehicles have lights on them too? Like lights, sirens, or something like that too? Like... So what if you have to get it out? Like, let's say you're giving out a parking citation, right? And okay, so say at Plaza Frontenac, our vehicles are equipped with lights and sirens and the radio. Okay, like it's a full light bar, emergency light bar, the sirens and everything. I mean, it could be freaking. It could pass off for a police-like vehicle. Okay, so like if we're issuing, because at Plaza Frontenac we also issue citations too, right? Like. Let's say we have to get out in the middle of an aisle to give a citation. You know, we obviously turn on the lights so people can go around, right? Now, it's the same thing over there, right?
Well...
And with it, how big, you know, with it being also how big the school is, you know, you think you need lights at least to get from one place to another fast.
No. The only person that has lights is my boss's cart. I literally drive a golf cart. It's awesome. I love it. It's a green electric golf cart. Wow. Yep, with a white cover. They take the cover off in the summer, or at least the grounds does, or whatever. But he's got like a nice little like white shell thing. Remember I sent you the picture that one time? There's a like white little shuttle looking thing that says security with the lights on top. That was my boss's. You were like, that's yours? I'm like, I wish I could drive that. But the thing is that when the other two officers are there at night, one gets to drive one and the other drives the one that I drive usually. You know, here's the thing. Like, as long as I get my own cart and I don't have to use my own gas and I do wear and tear on my brand new car, you know, and like, you know, it's going to help on maintenance and not having to take it in as much. You can give me the cruddiest golf cart ever. I don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fun driving a golf cart around a giant campus like that. Do you know how much fun that is? Yeah. Like, I'm like a kid. Like, yeah! Like, especially whenever I get to, like, drive on, like, the off-roads and stuff, like, around, like where you can't take your cars and stuff. Like, you feel like a kid, like, literally going, like, on an obstacle course. It's fun, you know. Yeah. But no, but in all seriousness, no. Like I said, we're more concierge than security, but we are security. But it's a good thing that we're there,
Right.
and because if we weren't, a lot of things wouldn't go bad. They would just be very disorganized.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And no offense to the people who organize stuff or things like that, but things always happen. Things get construed. People get mixed up. People don't know certain things. So like here's an example. We had the book fair last week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so one parent, she didn't know what the code was or whatever.
Right.
And she didn't know that she was in the wrong spot. She wasn't in the wrong spot, but she was asking where one of the head of the school people's office was, right?
Yeah.
But she asked me what the code was, and I said, "I'm sorry, I can't divulge that information to you." So I get my boss on the radio, and he was like, "Hey, let her in, and then go find." I'm not gonna say just for professional respect. Go ahead and find her and let her know that this person didn't know the code and they didn't know what their office was, and then she said, "Well, they know where my office is and they do know where the code is, so next time just tell them where to go." And I'm thinking,
right,
they don't know where to go. So either they didn't get the memo or they didn't get the email, or I don't know how they send out the codes to people, except for what my boss and I see. How we people request it from us and then we set it up on his computer. I see it myself.
Yeah.
So how other people get the codes, he sets it for them, but how she, the head, one of the administrators, how she gets that out to the parents and get it with the kids, I don't know. So anyway, but the other problem is she was walking around, not in her office, helping the event. Not that that's an issue, but she also had people outside her office banging on the door "Where are you?"
Right.
So anyway, no one's blaming anyone. No one got in trouble. She wasn't saying it was my fault or anything or whatever. She she wasn't calling me dumb or stupid, but she was like, "Well, if you see them just banging in my office," and I could have been that guy and been like, "Well, you're walking around. You're not at your office." And if they don't know the code, then then how come you're saying that they do? Did they not get whatever you sent out to them? Anyway, I'm not trying. But I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I was like, okay, cool. Whatever. I moved on. It was whatever. And it's one of those things of where insecurity, especially with this job, I don't let things get to me like I did when I worked for, let's see, it's. There's a lot of annoying things that happen, don't get me wrong. I could go into full detail, but it's getting a little bit late. We're up to almost 40 minutes on this podcast, and I kind of want to wrap things up soon here. We can still keep talking, but maybe another 5-10 minutes. Right. But I'm not going to go full detail about all that. It's not worth the timing. But like I said, it is so much better than what I was doing. But if something maybe comes along better later on down the road, maybe with the same benefits or better, maybe higher pay, will I stick around? I don't know. Do I want to continue doing security for the rest of my life? I don't know. But as of right now, I do know that if I were going to do anything, since I am licensed in security, it'd be easiest for me to just try to do security somewhere else maybe later on. Because, nowadays, you need proof of something, to be able to work somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I'm not saying I could go anywhere, maybe if they have training for something for whatever else, yeah, sure, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. It's not that I don't want to, it's not, let me put it this way. Do I want to do security the rest of my life? Probably not. But if I'm going to do something long term, it's the good way to go, because that's what I'm licensed in for right now, for career wise, but besides running my own business, doing stuff like this, you know what I mean? I don't know, but especially being a dad and being married and providing for my family, I'm glad that I at least found something that I know I'm good at and something I want to do. There's no worse feeling than, or I feel bad for those people who are so young, or as young as us, and they just have, they're lost. You know, I feel bad for them. I'm like, oh man, like, because I've been there. We've all been there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough, man.
It is.
Sometimes I wonder, am I still doing all the right things for my family and stuff like that? But then, you know, I see the way my little boy holds me, hugs me, kisses me, the way he just interacts with me, and then I'm like, okay, this is worth it, you know, especially when I'm holding him and he hugs me and he just, you know, I'm so in love with my little boy, I can't even, yeah. I always knew I'd love being a dad, but like loving it this much, I didn't know I'd love it this much.
Right.
It's watching him grow it is a privilege. Yeah. It's definitely a gift. It's great.
Yeah.
But anyway, trying to think. Man, you know. But no matter what type of security you do, it can be dangerous either way.
Yeah.
Even if you just like if you're just one of those security officers sitting at a desk watching, you know, computers all day, someone could run into your office and pop you in the head. You never know.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary to think about, but I mean, it's a reality. It's a sad, messed up reality that we have to live in, but it's.
So I don't think I've told anyone that I might start a future with St. Louis County Parks Rangers.
Yeah.
The Parks Department.
Yeah.
I've already done a ride along with them. I've gone through an interview with them. So I'm just waiting on like an offer confirmation, like an employment confirmation email from them saying that they'll probably go forward. But I hope it. You know, I have my ins and outs. As far as right now, I'm having vibes of having my ends with the department. You know, because I've done a ride along with them. I've already experienced what they've done and stuff like that. In the interview, they mentioned that I already did a ride along too, so I should be, if I show up for the interview or whatever, then there's a chance that they might consider me. I could have heard them wrong. I don't know. I'm hoping that's what I heard. And then in our interview, they were asking me just basic questions, what I know and stuff like that. And towards the end of it, because he's an actual St. Louis County Police captain, not the park ranger. He's not a park ranger. Well, he oversees a park ranger's department, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he's an actual St. Louis. He holds an actual rank with St. Louis County Police. Towards the end of the interview, they're kind of like convincing me, not convincing, but like I guess encouraging me to convince them that I would be a perfect role for one of the Rangers positions that they would consider me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that that's an in, that they're wanting me because of that. And then one of the HR guys, I guess, you know, the guy that has the computer that I guess types up your answers, whatever, at least twice towards the end of the interview as well, he was like, be on the lookout for forms that I'm going to have you fill out too.
Right.
So that kind of gave me another stroke right there that am I already being considered for it, right? And then here earlier this week, I find a $1 bill outside. I find a $1 bill outside. I didn't bother to pick it up because I'm not that kind of person. That's someone's money. That belongs to somebody. Obviously, someone worked hard for it, so I'm not just gonna take it like that.
Right. Yeah.
But when I run into something like that usually those are things that are like signs that something good's gonna happen or something like that. There was that, and then while I was on the highway, earlier that evening, I was on the highway also. And while I was driving down the highway, I was thinking about the whole park rangers thing. in the back of my head because I was stuck in traffic, and you know, I'm just trying to, keep myself. I was stuck in traffic, and I don't know what it is. I just kept thinking about the whole ranger stuff.
Yeah.
Then out of nowhere, 2 park rangers just drove right by me.
And you're like,
So
oh, okay.
that was something. So that had to have been another thing too. That had to have been like a sign or something.
Yeah.
There is, so yeah, that's that too. And then I recently sent like a interview follow up email too, and they replied, but they didn't state whether I was being considered or not.
All right.
But it was more like a thank you for reaching out type of follow up, I guess, of that sort or something like that. But there wasn't like a confirmation of whether I'm being considered or not. But I don't know. I still have my strong strong feelings of the ends for the position that I might be considered for one of them though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just I've been having those feelings for the past couple of days now.
Yeah. It's one of those things of where.
Mm-hmm. And then there are some questions they're asking about the position, because park rangers is generally, yes, it's a position of security work, but it's a higher level of security though. It lies in between law enforcement and security.
Oh yeah.
So they're asking questions about what would you do in this kind of scenario or that type of scenario. What's the most stressful thing you've done with your experience, past, previous, or whatever. I've given them my answers, and they're like, I would struggle on some of the questions, and they're like, it's not a problem, you're actually on the right path for some of your answers, and this, and so I was open and honest with them about some things. Yeah, I've got experience doing that. Do you have experience doing this? I'm like, nah, I don't have experience doing that, but I am more than happier to learn it. I'm looking for something new. I need a new challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Being outdoors, being in nature, being with my community and the wildlife is something that that's what those are my main interests.
Right.
So I don't know. I hope either maybe Monday or Tuesday I would get an email confirmation that I'm being considered.
Right. Because you sent that email being nice and saying thank you for interviewing me and all that. And they sent you one back basically saying you're welcome.
And usually sending out an email to them is a sign that, he's committed to this. Right.
And the fact that they said you're welcome is good. Now, they didn't say, you got the job or not, but I mean, them saying you're welcome, and basically them saying thank you for saying thank you to us is better than them not responding at all in the first place. Yeah. Obviously. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. What sorts to talk about?
Now, when they said thank you, it was nice to meet you as well.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that could be a sign that I would be
considered.
Being moving forward.
Usually, that might mean you. What do they say? Put your foot in the door. That could be a sign.
Right.
I would say so.
Yeah. And then they also asked me to. So if we decide to go forward with you, would it be an issue for you to submit to a background check, whatever? And I'm like, no, not at all, not a problem at all. Academy start date is in April. You're gonna be available for that and stuff. And you know it, I will be.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hope it. I hope that would work out for them too.
Right. Me. Yeah, well, good luck, man, because, sounds like you've had a lot of different areas of jobs and security. But this one, who knows? I feel like if you get it, you might stick with it for a while.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they run on 2 10-hour shifts. They do have benefits. With it being a governmental position,
I think these are air conditioning kicking on right here. Heat, yeah.
Yeah, so with it being a governmental position, I'm not so sure how they'll work with, because they're sworn law enforcement, but they're not commissioned. So that doesn't make them full law enforcement, but they have law enforcement powers though.
I get it.
So now that's the thing, is that their authorities are only valid on park properties.
Right.
They would have the authority to make traffic stops, make full mandatory arrests and stuff like that, but only on park grounds. Now, what I've always been confused about, curious, is that because you know how law enforcement officers have authority anywhere in the states, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, so if they're not commissioned but they're sworn, would I give them like authority within any county parks in the state of Missouri? So like any other county park that's not affiliated with St. Louis County, so like say Franklin County or Stone County or
I don't know.
Lincoln County, for example.
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's like, when I was doing it for Deerbergs, I only had jurisdiction at that Deerbergs. I couldn't go to just any Deerbergs and be like, I'm the security here. Because, for some reason the contract was only in the spots that you knew I was working at.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised that they don't have more armed security and mobile patrol security at all the Deerbergs.
Right.
Even if it's not with our company. I'm just saying, like, any company in general. You would think that,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that more grocery stores don't have that. Honestly, they think they should.
Right.
My little boy told you. I don't know if they saw. I was gonna post it online, but my little boy's walking now.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Wow.
I love it though. He's so cute and sweet and amazing. Like I would have said that, but like, he's so cute when you tell he's so proud of himself, and he's like, that's his daddy. He's like, come to daddy. Oh, just, he's just, I can't believe he was walking. He's starting to not really talk, but he's like, and like he'll like whisper to himself, and he'll like da. Or when he'll say mom, like mom.
Mm-hmm.
He's so close.
Yeah.
He's so close. One time he was getting upset, and he's like mom. I'm like, he's no. I mean, he is kind of saying mom, but not really saying mom. But he's close, so close to be like mom.
Yeah.
Mom. I'm like, oh, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Oh yeah. He's just. I love, like, again, Officer McGrill. Career's going well.
Mm-hmm.
Told you, basic things about my job. I'm trying to think of what else I could say I do. Unlock locker rooms. Dog doors down.
Mm-hmm.
Just a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm staff, but also faculty at the same. Well, I'm actually staff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm staff, but yeah. Anyway, so, I'm tired. I don't know about you, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else we could talk about. But we've been almost going at it for about an hour, so you want to wrap things up? I kind of want to. Yeah. Got a lot of editing to do. I'm gonna try to edit this tomorrow as much as I can and upload it when I can. When I do, of course, I'll send you the link. Yeah. All right, everybody. This has been Coburn C Capshaw / at Mrs. Smells a Lot, and this has been my buddy Brandon Kacar. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been another Let's Talk Mina LLC video podcast. We just talked about a different variety of things, mainly security, like we usually always do. But anyway, we hope you all enjoyed. To whoever tunes in. Mm-hmm. If you need a market advertiser or a martial arts coach, and if you live in St. Louis, please let me know. I love you all, and see you guys next time.